here for day number 7. So we are now going to be more than halfway done. So I am going to pull this back in and we are just going to get started. We're going to dive right in. I'm going to look and, oops, got our blocks over here. So we are on day number 7 down here. So you guys are ready. Grab your kit if you have it. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Look at this. We have more dies. So remember, in door number 1 we had dies, and in door number 7 we have some dies. Look at this, and I think they're nested dies. So let's move this out of the way, and we'll just move it over here in case we want to grab some of the pieces. So let's see what we have. So it looks like, yeah, we have 3. These kind of fit nested, and this one's got some scallops, and then we have these 2 here. Oh, cool. All right, I like it. All right, well, these will work nicely. I was thinking about a layout that we can use. We're going to pull in some of that, I think it's pretty in pink color, but let me just show you this one die here. See, this one has, oops, sorry about that. This one has scallop, like the stitched, and this one, these 2 do not. So that's really cool. That will fit some pretty little hearts. These would work for good gift tag, you know, like even tags, you know. So, all right, there they go. All right, well, here we have our stamp set. I did pull out some paper, just because I did want to use this piece of pink. I was looking at all the cards we've created, and we have one that's pink and has some Lost Lagoon in there, and I thought this will be nice. It is rare. For those of you who watch me, I don't use a lot of pink in cards. I love it. It's a beautiful color. I just don't, I don't have a tendency to make a lot of things that use the pink, so this will be great. We will do this together. All right, so we're just going to start off with another piece of 5.5 by 8.5, and I am just going to use a regular one. I was going to do another fun fold, but I think I'll save that for our next card. All right, I'll find one that I like. But we're going to use this piece here. And of course, we're going to use these dies somehow. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I think this is going to be my background. I think. Yeah. So I was looking to do something actually a little different, but I think what I will do, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it like I was planning on doing it. So I'm going to take this and we're going to make 3 strips, and then we're going to use these to kind of be our focal point. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. So this obviously is 4 1/4. So we're going to cut some pieces that are 4 inches. And the width, we'll figure that out when we get to it. All right. So I think I want that flower. So I'm going to say 4 inches. And I think we'll do, let's see, this is 2. So you know what? We'll do 2 1-inch strips. That way we use all of it. That's always great. I love that when we can take the pieces that we have and use it. And then this one here, we're going to cut at one side at 4 inches. Okay, so we have 2 1-inch pieces. So let's cut 2 pieces. No, we'll do, you know, I didn't really want to do where it's like, but we're going to do 3 pieces that are 1 inch. All right. I wanted ones that was maybe a little different size, but we'll just stick with this. We're just doing this on the fly, right? So when I was thinking about a layout, I was thinking about this one. So what we're going to do, you probably have seen these before. So we will put a piece at the top and a piece at the bottom, right? And then we will stagger these on both sides, and then we will have a piece in the middle. All right. So we want our border to be the same on all sides, and we'll do, when you do this, you always do your bottom and your top first, and that way you know the spacing for the middle ones. All right. So here we go. So we will just add our adhesive. Maybe. There we go. And, you know, the other thing we could do that I could have done, but I didn't do, and I've already laid this down, so I'm not going to do it, is we could have stamped on these. We could have stamped them with hearts. But again, this is more kind of a background, and these shapes are going to be, because I'm thinking what we're going to do is maybe do a couple shapes. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it ends up. But that's what I'm thinking, is we'll have a couple different shapes, and then we will we'll have one then that says like a saying on it, and maybe the other, you know, the other one will have like a stamped image, or maybe it's just layered, and so I'm not quite sure yet. Yeah, really, we'll think about it. We'll figure it out as we go. And if you guys got this kit and you're like, well, I want to do more cards, you know, look up templates. Use maybe some of these same layouts, but use a different color palette. That's another great thing you can do when you're trying to maybe figure out, you know, what kind of card to make, or sometimes we're not always creative, but we want to be crafting. I've definitely been there. All right, so here we go. Let's put this one here. And then we'll do our last one. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm trying to think how I would maybe want to do these. If I have one like that, and maybe one this way, and then a smaller one here. We might do something just like that, like a little collage. All right, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is do these in, I'm going to do one in pink and two in white. So maybe this one in, look at this color too. This is that gray. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut one of them out with this. And this one might be perfect, actually. Yeah, that fits perfect. So let me run this through. Let me get our paper trimmer out of the way. So this will be one of the colors. So we'll just bring in our cut and emboss machine here. And I'm going to go ahead and just, now I will tell you guys, I'm running this through. Some of these lines might actually end up getting, like going away, because I am running it through again. So typically you would cut out the piece, like die cut the piece and then emboss it. Just FYI. Because sometimes when you go this route, this one kept its color nicely. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like a little puzzle piece. Okay, so that is done. We used that piece. If you guys remember, we did that like on day 1. And then I think I'm going to do this piece in white and this little piece in white. And you know what? I think we'll do them in pink too. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just layer these right here and run them both through the cut and emboss machine. So I'll just lay them like that, stick them both on, and we're just going to run them right through and see what we get. All right, here we go. Because I'm not sure what we want to use, right? So we're just, if we run them both through, we get multiples, right? Let's see. Oh yeah. Sometimes, typically, I would run that. I should have run it through like a second time. You know, like if you run it through and then you just back it out, that way it gets just a little bit more of a cut. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, and then we have these 2 pieces. So this is what I wasn't quite sure, kind of what I wanted to do here, if I wanted this one. And I think what I want to do is take this piece and run it through the corrugated, and I might even do, let me see, do the pink. Let's see. I know I want this to be, you know, just like some text, you know, some different texture, but I do think I maybe want, I'm not sure yet what sentiment I'm going to have, but I do know I want to run this one through the corrugated. So let's do that. Let's take this one here and we'll just run this piece through, and that's going to give us some really nice additional texture on our card here. So we'll remove everything, kind of run that through our folder or our cut and emboss machine here. There we go. I love it. Okay, so there we go. So we'll do those 2. And then we're going to find one of our sentiments. And we just have to decide if maybe we want to put it here or over here somewhere. And I think what we're going to do too is just to give it a little more like pop, so to speak. I think I've got some of this gold thread. I was thinking about using white, but I think I'm going to just take some of this here and I'm going to just wrap it around this piece here. Okay, I'm just going to wrap it around a couple times and just tie a bow. Okay, so we'll just wrap it around, tie a bow. Now you could use white ribbon. You could use anything you want. You could use the linen thread. That would look really nice as well. So, but I think for this one, we haven't done, I don't believe, anything with gold. So we'll just do this and we'll cut that off there. And then I think we'll put this right here and we're going to put it up on dimensionals. Okay, so here we go. And this will be a nice start for our kind of focal point that we're going to have. I'm just going to pull that together a little bit and put a dimensional on it. Okay. You guys, I have this little tub here that I keep all my trash into, by the way. So just, you know, I always have something like that. And check, make sure I have the right side there, right? And then we'll take this piece because I like the color, and we're just going to put it right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a little bit of adhesive on this side, but then I need to put a dimensional over here, right? Because otherwise it would sag, and we don't want that. So again, we'll just put that right there, and the dimensionals will be right on that side. And now I think what we're going to do, we could use both of these if we wanted, kind of like that, and put them, you know, right here. But I think that might be too much. I think I'm going to do the white, and I'm going to find a very small greeting, which I think this thinking of you will fit, I think. So let's see if it will. Actually, it might not. It might be too big, I think. Unless I turn it sideways. Yeah, too big. So that's okay. We'll do, let's see if I have another really small one. Always in my heart. I think that one fits. Let's just try it, right? So here we have, and we will use our secret C. Now, if you guys wanted to add more depth, you know, again, take a blending brush around the edges. So many things we could do. So I have this one, and I am just going to stamp always in my heart here. Wow, I like these dies. These are pretty awesome, if I'd say so myself. And we're going to put that right there in the center. And I'm thinking, always in my heart. Well, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple dimensionals down here at the bottom. And we'll put just a little bit of adhesive at the top. And we are going to put it right there. And this just keeps everything nice. Oops, let me make sure it's straight here. Oops. Just pick that right back up for a minute. There we go. Just get it so it's, here we go. So it's straight, and then we're going to take some of those little puffy things we got yesterday, and let's put some right here. So I think we have flowers all around. So let's take some purple flowers, and we are going to put those right. Let's do a couple here. So we'll maybe do, yeah, we'll just do one across the top. Maybe we'll do that, just like that. And then maybe one down here across the line. And there we have it. There is our 7th card with these new dies. All right, you guys, tell me how you like it, and we will see you back tomorrow for another card. All right, thanks, you guys. See ya. Bye.